So I was just watching this podcast that someone had posted on Facebook, and it's a clip of two women and a guy, and the two women are going on and on about how there's no good men, like there's not a lot of good men around, and he's going off on them saying there's good men everywhere. There's good men at the gas station. They're walking past you down the street. They're getting on elevators. They're at work. They're everywhere. And he said something that just really smacked him upside the head, and he was like, but the honest truth is they're not looking for you. And I was like, damn, you know what? I agree with him. The reason why good guys aren't looking for women like that is because men don't want to deal with a woman where it's got to be a constant battle of him having to prove himself that he's a good man, or that they have this negative outlook on men in general. And the reason I know this is because I feel the same way when it comes to men who constantly complain about where are all the good women. Women aren't what they used to be. Like a man that is just constantly putting out negative comments about women in general, because it's not so much about what they're saying, it's about the mindset. And the mindset is they are operating in a scarce mindset, a lack mindset. And they're talking about just their few experiences versus changing their perspective. Have you ever thought that maybe you've come across a lot of good women, but they just weren't your type? So there are good women, there are good men everywhere, but when you're constantly beating the drum of there's not a lot of good men, there's not a lot of good women, well, the universe is going to match your thoughts. And that's why you're seeing and getting what you're getting, because you're operating in a scarce and lack mindset. You know, the kind of men that I'm attracted to are men that have winning mentalities, meaning they understand that they are responsible for the outcome of their life. They create their reality, meaning whatever they choose to think, whatever their thoughts are, they know that manifests into their reality. And I like men who have positive mindsets, abundant mindsets. They have the outlook of, okay, I've come across a few women that weren't for me. Thank you, universe, for moving them out of my way so I can move on to a great woman that is meant specifically for me. And ladies, y'all keep going around talking about how there's not a lot of good men left, and you wonder why you're not coming across great men. It's because you're not looking for the positive aspects in men. Change your perspective.
They think men are joking. Men don't want to be around you, dude. You're annoying. You bring drama. Not peaceful. Combative. Pass.
A woman's peak fantasy is to find a monster, tame him, and call it romance. She doesn't dream of a good man. She dreams of a beast that she can break. She wants to take her warlord, put him on a leash, and drag him through IKEA to smell soy candles. The greatest thrill of all women across the world, without exception, is domestication. But here's the dark truth. Once she succeeds, she's gone because she doesn't love the poodle. She misses the lion that she destroyed. That's the cycle. Seduce, tame, and then replace. The only question is, which part are you on right now?
Someone said if you're not married, you're single. Interesting.
As a gay man with a lot of girlfriends, the two most common complaints I hear from my single friends is, one, that apps have ruined dating because guys never go up to girls anymore to ask them out, which they think is cool if guys have the confidence to go up to them. And the number two thing that they complain about is that it's creepy when guys go up to them because they're just trying to have a fun night with their girlfriends out at the bar. So do with that information what you will, and good luck in the dating world.
Women have always been the forefront of human rights, and men have always been the forefront of human atrocities. You don't believe me? Read a fucking book.
Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., just a couple of them that come to mind. What are you talking about? Do we just get to spout off stupid stuff because that's what we want to do?
If you think that you're like a 3 in the US, in Russia you will be like 7. Guaranteed. Because in Russia, the beauty standard for men is like in hell. It's so low. You don't have to be fit, you don't have to be shaved. You can be bald, fat. The only thing you need to have is money and gentleman skills. Russian women will forgive you anything, but not these two things.
She didn't know it yet, but she's about to have the worst night of her life. You went on a date with a guy you met a few nights before a party. He'd been super charming, The restaurant had a nice vibe, okay. We laughed, we shared stories, all right. Then came to the question, what do you do for work? Uh-oh. You told him the truth, you're on only... Ooh, Houston, we have a problem. His expression shifted instantly, the warmth disappeared. Duh. He pushed his chair back, stood up, and suddenly the room felt painfully quiet. Without a word, he tossed some cash on the table and walked out. In that moment, you felt small, not because of what you do, but because of how quickly he judged you. Well, yeah, you're an online prostitute. Buddy saw the missile and dodged it like a pro, and you're over here, and he paid for your meal. Like, he didn't go far enough, in my opinion, honestly. You got it so easy. Maybe you should call your father and apologize. That's so tough.
I'm seeing all of the badass pretty bitches. They online, they putting their pride to the side, and they coming out and they asking, where are the niggas? Like, straight up, where the niggas at? Where they hanging at? Do anybody know? Like, it's sounding like it's giving real desperation. Even the bad bitches is in complete desperation right now, looking for where the niggas at. Like, all the pretty ass, nothing ass, ain't shit ass situations you got going on. They know you ain't about shit. They know you using them. They know it ain't no real love. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad it's a woman saying this because it's true. It's true. Men today, we got way more information than our fathers and our grandfathers did. We not putting up with the BS. We just not. Men today have the abundance mindset. We know that the numbers are in our favor now. When you count the amount of guys locked up, guys playing for the other team, and guys that just really ain't shit. When it comes down to good men, if you're a good man, you got your stuff together, the world is yours. The world is yours, and we know it now.
I have a real serious question. Where are the men that open the door for women? Where are the men that allow a woman to get on the elevator first? Where are the men that hold the door open while a woman walk out the door? Where are the real men? Do y'all ever exist? Do y'all even still exist? Is that the question? And my reasoning for asking is because I just got off of work. Of course, I got to get on the elevator to get down to my vehicle. Make a long story short, I press the button to go down. Beam. The elevator door opens. You know, common courtesy as a man, you would let the woman get on the elevator first. No. The nigga get on the elevator first. The elevator doors get ready to close. You thought, or do you think he extended his hand out to open the elevator to make sure the door don't close on me? Fuck no. No, fuck no.
Where are all the masculine men that want to lead, protect, and take care of women? All the men that I find are hyper-feminized and they want to be led, protected, and taken care of by a woman. I know that masculine men exist, but like, where are they?
Excuse the lion's mane hair. I'm just gonna have a rant for a second because I saw this on today's episode of Random Things I've Seen Along the Beach. There was this man riding his bike with his daughter, like so cute. I was like, oh bless, what a lovely, why am I burped? What a lovely man, like how lovely. Like 3 seconds later, the mum rides past. She's got, I'm not even joking, a full-on trailer of their stuff, like 2 surfboards, boogie boards, all of the bags, like that thing would have weighed a ton, and she's like slogging it through on the push bike while dad's up ahead living his best life free on his bicycle. What is happening in this world? Like, there is no universe where like that should happen. And also, if my uncle, like maybe it's an Australian thing, but if my uncle saw me slogging it out with a trailer while my partner was up living his best life free, he would have a lot to say. Like, what is this world? Like, I can't.
Where are all the decent men at? Where are you? I'm sick of falling for all the wrong ones. I'm sick of being fed a fairy tale that never comes true. I'm sick of breaking my heart repeatedly because I gave my all and they gave me nothing back. I want someone who's going to build equally with me, who wants to grow together, who wants to thrive in life together, who wants just to be with me. Guys, where are all the decent men at?
You guys want to know what I'm sick and tired of? All the men my age are married. Like, what is happening? Is the divorce rate down or something? Because I'm trying to be somebody's second wife.
Y'all really don't share too much personal shit on the TikTok. But I gotta tell you, I'm so... I'm back in the dating scene. Oof. Oof. That's all I can say. I had such a lovely date yesterday. Second date. Lovely, 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 lovely date. And I drove an hour to go see this gentleman, which I didn't mind. It was a beautiful day. Went to a lovely winery. I got dressed real cute. But this dude... And everything was great. The date was great. Help me unpack this. Somebody out there on the TikTok, please help me unpack this. The date was great. Laughter, great conversation. And then I left and I didn't hear from him. And I don't know, maybe I have expectations that are too high, but dude, like, I don't know. Text your date and say, hey, hope you made it home safe. I'm like, there's a great saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. And given that I'll be 50 years old this year, I'm like, do I really have time to be training a man how to have manners? Like just general thoughtful manners. So anyway, that's where that lies. And I really, really think, what do you think? Show of hands. Like I could start a website called getmorehoney.com and coach these men. And I'm sure some women too, but like, come on. Seriously? Pictures with urinals in the background or your dog licking your ear? I don't know. And the etiquette thing. Like, please tell me there are men out there who text their date and say, hope you made it home safe.
I mean, you can keep on asking the same question you want to. Men not coming out the house. They didn't already seen too much. They didn't already experience too much. Modern women are a problem. They're a full-blown, bona fide, certified headache. Keep on calling men bums, men not tall enough, men not making enough money, and all that other nonsense. I think I'm going to pass.
Home Depot, trying to find myself a real man. I wonder if they're here on the weekends. So if you're Home Depot, you're going to be fucking lucky because I need a man I like right now. I just heard from the announcement that they're calling my lucky man. He's in lumber. Daddy, I'm coming. You're in lumber. Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. Leaving very unsatisfied with no sugar daddy that didn't pay my tab. Sad, sad, sad.
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot, and he's not even attractive.
Hi, I'm the man that Schminda817 said was hitting on her at Home Depot. I wanted to come on here and take a moment to clear a few things up. One, ouch. I mean, I'm not Brad Pitt, but I'm not Quasimodo either. And I've got a really good sense of humor. And women keep on saying that the most important thing in a man is a sense of humor. So I got that going for me. B, I wasn't hitting on you. I was asking you if you knew where the screws were. And I can see with the benefit of hindsight how that might have come off as hitting on you. But I was legitimately just looking for a screw. All right, hope that clears things up. Have a great day.
One of the most frustrating things about trying to date in Chicago is you go on the apps, you swipe, you say no, 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 because no. And then you go outside and you walk down Wells and you're like, oh my God, there's so many cuties, but like, where are you? Where are you?
Men are hypocritical. They want you to stand by them and agree with everything they say and relate to their experience, but you're not allowed to talk about yours and you're not allowed to diss women. So you can make the general statement that will remain true no matter how your feelings get hurt, that women can be deceitful, and the viciousness and the pain that you feel from a woman betraying you, it really is like no other. Oh, yeah. Because you trust women in a different way. You almost, especially if you have a people-pleasing problem or mommy issues or daddy issues, you go and try to look for that love and that sentiment and that safety in another woman. And it's very interesting how she will use the exact thing you told her hurt you, and she will go and use it against you to climb the social ladder, to be better, to do better. But if you say it like that and you say women have the ability to be so vicious, they deserve jail time, they'll be like, did he pick you yet? But if you say it in a sweet and soft way and go like, every girl relates to the feeling of being betrayed by her best friend and her maybe stealing her husband or using a secret against her, girls will be like, oh my God, yeah, but you have to say it softly and you have to package it in a a really cute, vulnerable, generic way. No, women are vicious. And no one, عدو المرأة المرأة, the enemy of a woman is a woman. No one will want to see you fall the way a woman wants to see you fall. It's not the men that want to ruin you. It's the women.
Where are the men that are generous and don't expect anything in return? Like, I need you to buy me the world and not expect a damn thing from me. Like, where are those men? I know they exist.
Ladies, go get a job at a hospital. Do not question it. Just go get a job at a hospital. We wonder why we can't find a man. It's because there's too many vacant spots at the hospital. Guess what's coming and going out the hospital every 9 weeks? Internship rotations. I wonder why I couldn't find a man. Guess what? It's because God wants me to be with a doctor.
There's a good men epidemic right now, and we need to talk about it. Me, along with all of my friends, are all single. We have so many hobbies. We go to run clubs, the gym, social events. Like, we're out there. We're working, right? But every single time I meet a man who has anything interesting to say, he's always in a freaking relationship. So it's true. Where are the good men at? Where are y'all finding them? Because I can't find any.
I just want to know, where do all the single men hang out at?
Ladies, I have figured out where the men hang out at. Number one is they are at home building their empire until their queen comes along, meaning that they are sick and tired of women taking away stuff from them, using them, taking their money, spending their money. So they just want to be sure that they will just wait till the right person comes along. Second is they're at home because they've been hurt in the past, and because one woman has hurt them, they decide to be a crybaby and stay home, and they just don't trust women at all and think they're all the same, and they'd rather just kind of be in their bedroom and be emotional and deal with their feelings. So they're at home. And then third place is they're at home, just avoiding people. They're at home. So in conclusion, ladies, single men are at home. That's all. They're at home. Simple.
I'm not sure why nobody wants to speak up about this, but I guess I'll be the one to do it. There is a serious shortage of attractive, eligible, mentally stable, emotionally available men. We need to get a search party together, figure out what has happened, where have they gone, and what do we do about this? Because it's a problem.
Look, I have said this before and I will say it again. There is no shortage of good men.
Every single man that I meet, if they are literally average looking, okay, stick with me, average looking, of normal intelligence, respectful towards others, okay personality. At this age that I am, at the big age of 30 years old, that man is now married. Like, there's literally every single man I meet, if they are normal and average looking, they're married. Which is insane, because I'm literally 30 years old, you guys. Like, I'm not 40. I'm 30 years old. Okay? On the other hand, I could literally name you, like, in the double digits, women I know who are, like, absurdly hot, like 9s or 10s, so successful, such great personalities, so funny, so smart, and are single. And it's just like, I don't understand what happens. Like, I know people always say that, like, men's like value on the dating market increases as they get older and women's decreases. But it's like, I just don't understand why, if a man is literally normal, he's taken, but there are women who are like so above average and they're like so single. Like, it's actually insane. And being in business school, it is like truer than ever. Like, I've not met a single man who is normal, who is not in a like long-term ass relationship. And this was true when I was on the apps too. When I was on the apps, if I met a guy who was good looking, he was a jerk. But if he was good looking and not a jerk, you guys, it's because he had just been broken up with. Like, he had just broken up with his girlfriend like a month ago, or she had broken up with him a month ago. He was newly single. And it's like, they're single for such a short time before they get snapped up again so fast. And they're just never like single for a longer period of time. Like normal, good looking or average looking men are just not single for any sort of extended period of time. Whereas like, I know women who are single for years who are like such a catch. It's just so weird.
And I gotta say, I guess, if all of the normal men are married, one would assume that they would be married to normal girls. So if you're not married, then I guess that would make you not normal. Y'all gotta start thinking about, what is it about me that's been keeping me from all of these normal men? And if they're saying these men are everywhere, why am I not spotting it? What is wrong with my vision that I'm not spotting it? What do I need to start looking for?
You know what? Today I've just had it. I've just kind of had it. I am over men being disrespectful. Like I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Who raised you? Like, so unkind, so mean, disrespectful. I'm over it.
This one is for my Canadian girlies. You keep asking, where do I find all the single men on a Saturday morning? Where are they? They're not at the grocery store. Why, no, dear, they are not. This is where you're going to come, 9:30 on a Saturday, maybe 10:30 on a Sunday. There you go. Right there. Go frequent the hunting section. You're going to go to the tool section. Look lost. That's where you're going to find them.
To all the women who think there are no good men out there, the only reason why you're not seeing them is because you look at them like that, because you treat them like that, because you're expecting them to be like that. A lot of the good men out there are getting tired of treated like a number. What, you're not 6 feet tall? You don't make $100,000 a year? Goodbye. A lot of the good men out there are tired of being a nice guy because then they get treated like some kind of a loser or a creep. A lot of the good men can be standing right in front of you, but you skip over them and go to the next, like the first slice of bread in the loaf. A lot of women out there hold men to a very high standard, but they don't hold themselves to that high standard. Okay. It's not about what you're looking for. It's about what you're seeing. If you go out there and you look and that's all you see, that's all you'll get.
All right. This one is for my single people and single people only. Your girl needs help. Dating apps are obviously so used and abused nowadays that nobody's really using them or taking them seriously. So where in the heck do you go to meet other single people? I'm a hairdresser, so I work with a bunch of women, and I go to the gym and I'm at home. So like, would you want to be approached at the gym? Most people say no. I don't know what to do. So I'm based out of Southern California. Where do you frickin' go to meet singles? Because your girl's tapping out.
I cannot remember the last time that I talked to a man and he like actually made me laugh. Like, what happened to men being funny? I've had conversations with guys and like I'll chuckle here and there, but nothing where I'm like, damn, this dude is funny. And for me, that's important. You know, like the next person that I'm going to be with, they need to make me laugh like every single day. And like my type of humor is like Parks and Rec, Nathan Fielder, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Trevor Noah. Just funny shit, you know? And guys just aren't funny anymore. Like, I can't be the only funny one all the time. Also, like, sometimes guys will randomly send me reels or memes on IG, and I'm like, this isn't funny.
Guys cannot be friends with girls. Like, I love having guy friends. I feel like it's so fun. Mm-hmm. But, like, they always have to have, like, a crush on you, or else, like, they don't want to, like, hang out with you.
Guys literally cannot be friends with girls unless they find you unattractive, or they have a girlfriend, or you're dating one of their friends. Like, there's no other way around it. If you think that your guy friends are friends with you just because, I promise you, they're playing the waiting game.
And then they find out that you don't want to date them, and then like
they're gone.
You never hear from them again, and then you're
It's great. Yeah, I thought we were friends, and we were hanging out for 6 months just to find out that you low-key had a crush on me, but never wanted to tell me.
Like, if you really think about it, like, no guy group has like friends that are girls.
No,
they are just so into their buddies.
Yeah, you will not see girls in that friend group unless they are dating one of the guys.
Yeah.
But girls will go out and there's always guys. Girls just want to hang out with guys and it's fun. It
brings something new to the group.
It's a different dynamic. Yeah.
Can we like bring back masculine men, please? Like, men used to go to war. Men used to build houses from the ground up. Like, men used to be productive and useful. Like, why are you sitting at home playing video games all day, like, worried about your shoe collection and keeping up with fashion? And, like, yes, we want you to be emotionally intelligent and understand our emotions and, like, be sensitive to our emotions, but why are you crying because you stubbed your toe? I don't know what you have heard, but you do not need to tune into your own personal femininity. That's what women are here for. We are here to be feminine, okay? You need to be worried about being a man, please. Like, why are you not in the gym? Why are you not in the freaking woods, like, hunting a deer? Why are you not, like, building a freaking house? Like, go put on some work boots and go to work, please. Like, get some dirt on you. Like, go get sweaty. Do something. Be a man. No one wants a feminine man. I'm so sorry. It's not attractive. We need men that we can look up to and feel protected by. Listen, if you're making your girl feel like she has to be masculine, no, sorry. Let's bring back men, please. And thank you.
Okay, for those of you who have met your partners, boyfriends, fiancés, husbands off of the dating apps, where did you go? Where did you meet them? Because I'm at a loss. I have tried dating leagues, cornhole, run clubs. Where are the guys? They're not even at the bars. Like, what do they do during the day? Where are they hiding? I live in the DMV area. If that is helpful information, if you have any ideas specific to Washington, D.C., I would love that. I will go. I will try it out and I'll report back for our fellow single girlies and figure out where are all the men.
It's like y'all want to do this. Y'all want to be outside. And if that's the case, then just say that. Just say, I want to be outside. Just say, I want to go explore. Because the men told you exactly where to find them. The fact of the matter is that y'all are not listening to that. And when y'all get in a relationship, y'all are not going to listen to it.
Seriously.
I know this is going to sound mean, but
Go ahead, bro. What haven't you guys said to us already? Viewer discretion is advised.
I just need to rant for a minute. Do ugly guys have more confidence than hot men?
No, they don't have more confidence than hot men. Ugly men just have to work harder in order to get with women.
Because why did I go out dancing last night and the only guys with the balls to come and chat me up were 2s and 3s?
So life does this really unique thing where it really pushes out what we either qualify for or what we attract. So more often than not, when we go out into social spaces and we're attracting 2s and 3s, your words, not mine, that's what you qualify for. Now, I know it can be a little disheartening. I know it can be a little hard to digest, but the sooner you can accept it, the more happy you will be. And I'm going to assume these guys were actually 2s and 3s because, you know, y'all be doing too much. Y'all be saying niggas is 2s and 3s and they don't really be all that bad. But for the sake of the video, let's say they are 2s and 3s. That's just what you qualify for because 2s and 3s typically are ugly and they have low confidence because they are so bottom of the totem pole.
And I am not saying that I'm a perfect 10, a goddess of a woman, but I would like to think that I could pull a man who's hotter than the living embodiment of a toe fungus. And
Okay, going back to the concept of life, right? If you could actually do that, you would have did it already. That's like a broke man telling me I can make $1 million by today, but he's broke, like flat out broke, living on the street. Why would I believe in him? My first question to him would be, nigga, why haven't you made it already? What are you waiting for? He has not shown me anything to prove what he is actually saying to me. So in this space, you're coming to us and saying, hey, I don't understand why I'm attracted to 2s and 3s, but I believe I can pull a high figure man or a good looking man. Do it already. Because if you could actually do it, you would not be online talking to us. Trust and believe. You would have had what you think you could already get. See how that worked?
yet that's who's coming and flirting with me. And so men, I need y'all to weigh in. I need attractive men specifically to weigh in. Are y'all shy? Is that what the tea is? Are you already booed up? Or are you just so fine that you don't need to approach a woman because they just automatically come up to you?
Okay, sweetheart, let me stop the bleeding. I'm going to make an attempt to try and make this make sense for you. It's a little bit of all those things, but it's also the fact that you aren't what they want. Now, that's the tricky part about dating. You got to figure out what lane you are in. And once you figure that out, like I said earlier in the video, you would be much happier. And you know what? Maybe you are above the 2s and 3s. Maybe you just are, right? For the sake of the argument. That still doesn't qualify you for those men that you deem to be attractive because none of them came up to you. And attractive men do walk up to women. Just fine women. So to conclude, if you're ever out in a social space and you think you're looking good and all you're getting is 2s and 3s and all the attractive men are not paying you no mind, look inward. You might find something. Y'all keep the change.
So I heard on TikTok that all the men that you're interested in are at Home Depot. So I'm here at Home Depot. I'm actually purchasing some items today. And I don't see anybody who piques my interest or anybody who wants to trade for my purchases. I'm at Home Depot and I still don't see anybody.
It is so offensive to think that a man would think that you would like him for free. It is so offensive for a man to think that you would give him your time, your body, marriage, have his children, carry on his legacy, have an extension of him for free. It is just as easy to fall in love with a broke man as it is a generous man or a rich man. So choose wisely. I know you would like to think that you don't choose who you fall in love with, but that is very far from the truth. Anyone that you give substantial amount of time to and energy to is someone that you could fall in love with. So when you let your thoughts run wild, even if you're not with them physically, if you're allowing someone to consume your thoughts and you're not being intentional, you could fall in love with that person. I personally do not believe in struggle love. I will not be with a man that's going to make me struggle with him, because I do not believe a man that truly loves you would want you to struggle. Okay? And just know that love is a feeling. Even if you're super in love with somebody today, down the line, there's going to be a point in time you're going to fall out of love, and you're going to have to learn how to fall in love with them again, right? That's how relationships work. It takes a lot of effort from both partners to keep the relationship going. So wouldn't you rather just start off with somebody that has clear direction and a man with a plan than to choose somebody that doesn't even know how to take care of themselves? Stop loving these men.
Like, oh, there's no good women out there. We can't find anyone. Everyone sucks. So we're just isolating ourselves. Have you even tried though? If you're going to isolate yourself, how are you going to meet someone? And I notice a lot of you are like, well, I'm here. I'm not leaving. And that's the one thing I struggle with on dating apps is I'll match someone that lives 20 minutes, 30 minutes away. And their attitude is like, oh, you're too far away. Really? Is that what we're judging love for now? You could be the perfect person, but you're 20 minutes drive away. I'm not going to drive. And I feel like it's such a Sydney thing. I remember when I lived in Brisbane, like I would drive to the Gold Coast to meet people. They would come to Brisbane. Like it didn't seem like a big deal, you know, people driving an hour. But in Sydney, people don't want to drive more than like 10 minutes, which is really sad because you know what? You're missing out on a lot of good people. So stay in your Bondi bubbles or your Penrith bubbles or whatever, but there's a lot of people out there that you could be missing out on. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep traveling around Sydney and meet new people.
Where is all the real men at that likes to like rub your feet together in the bed and hang out and talk and, you know, not toxic and crazy and ain't talking to 20 girls on their phone? Where y'all at? Why are y'all so hard to find? Like, dang, I know I'm not ugly, but I can't get a man. And if I get one, they ain't no good. So where's all the good men at? What am I doing wrong, y'all?
There is nothing wrong with you. This is the most universal feeling ever. Finding your person is like finding a unicorn. They do not exist until they do all of a sudden, and it's never when you expect it. But when it happens, it feels like you're emotionally orgasming all the time because this person makes you feel so happy, and I promise it's worth the wait. That being said, don't settle.
The crazy thing about dating somebody older is that when you guys break up, their next person that they date is probably going to be their forever person. Like that's going to be the person they're going to settle down with and have kids with. You're young and you break up, you're like, oh, we could get back together in like 5 to 10 years. It's not like that anymore. In 5 to 10 years, they'll probably have babies. This new person who's their new forever person. You go through a breakup when you're older, like it's a breakup. You're done.
You know, it was funny to me that a woman was like, men are missing out on what exactly? When a man asks you what do you bring to the table, y'all say, I'm not even going to dignify that question with an answer. So there's nothing that he can really say that he's missing out on because he doesn't know. Because y'all never really answer questions about yourselves. Y'all never really decide to divulge information about who you are, the things that you like, what you're willing to do, your nurturing nature, how you'll be as a mom, how you'll be as a wife. And even if y'all do give that information, y'all not going to stick to it. Y'all decide, probably even before the wedding, I'm not going to be doing none of this. I'm just saying this to get the job. And whenever I get the ring, and not just the ring, whenever I secure the marriage contract, then I'm going to go right back to doing what I was doing, and that's being a bum.
Get a job at a hospital. Do not question it. Just go get a job at a hospital. We wonder why we can't find a man. It's because there's too many vacant spots at the hospital. Guess what's coming and going out the hospital every 9 weeks? Internship rotations. I wonder why I couldn't find a man. Guess what? It's because God wants me to be with the doctor.
Where are the men that are generous and don't expect anything in return? Like, I need you to buy me the world and not expect a damn thing from me. Like, where are those men? I know they exist.
I just want to know, where do all the single men hang out at?
Ladies, I have figured out where the men hang out at. Number one is they are at home building their empire until their queen comes along, meaning that they are sick and tired of women taking away stuff from them, using them, taking their money, spending their money. So they just want to be sure that they will just wait till the right person comes along. Second is they're at home because they've been hurt in the past, and because one woman has hurt them, they decide to be a crybaby and stay home, and they just don't trust women at all and think they're all the same, and they rather just kind of be in their bedroom and be emotional and deal with their feelings. So they're at home. And then third place is they're at home, just avoiding people. They're at home.
Okay, I love how girls just use this as their diary and their little journals. That's what I'm gonna do. But I have been thinking, and I'm so single, like so incredibly single, it's not even funny. But I think that my future husband is not in the US. I think he's gotta be somewhere else. Because it's just, the guys here are not it. They're not doing it for me. I don't know what's going on or how our values got so screwed up, but no. American men are not doing it for me. But then it's like, I guess I need to go somewhere else, maybe Europe or somewhere. Like, surely they have better men out there. This cannot be the dating pool everywhere. It can't be this bad, right? No. So I gotta book a flight and I gotta go somewhere else to meet my future husband. He's probably like in Italy or something, like with his family, taking care of his nana or something. Like that, I don't even know. I don't know, but US men are not it. I gotta know. Like, especially since this is international right now, if you are in a different country and you're a girl and you know, like, what's it like? Are there good men out there? Do you know? Because it's not happening here in the States. It's just not. It's not it.
I used to be a madam. My client list was over 10,000 names. Despite all of these transactions with men, I still believe good men exist. You just have to stop looking for them in fairy tales. Here are 5 tips to help you find a good guy. 1. Stop chasing chemistry and start watching consistency. If you're feeling super attracted to someone who's inconsistent, that is not a green light to move forward. 2. If he's emotionally unavailable, do not apply for the job of fixing him. That is not a job you want. In fact, that job leads to lifetime unemployment. 3. Pay attention to how much that man is willing to sacrifice for you. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about whether or not he is willing to invest time and energy into this relationship. 4. If he can't respect your boundaries, he'll never respect your heart. And 5. Stop investing in his potential. Most of the time, that man's potential is something we're projecting on them. They don't actually want to live up to it. I do believe there are good men out there, especially when you stop investing in walking red flags. If you want more dating advice like this, leave me a comment below.
I guess what I would say to this, because we like to talk about potential, what do we mean by potential? Let's define that. Well, I see you doing this and I see you doing that. Doing what exactly? Doing what? Oh, well, I see you working this job and doing this. Women got that bad to where they'll see you doing something and they'll want you to do it. Like, actually, I see my life going this way and I want you, with your money and your skills and your looks, to make my life go this way. That's why if you're not making 6 figures, at least we're off to a bad start. That's the bare minimum. Gotta have at least 6 figures. Man's gotta be attractive. And for me to think that you're attractive, our friends, it gotta at least be 6 feet. So if you're bad looking, then I can at least tell my friends, well, he's 6 feet. So gotta have a 6-pack. I'm trying to raise a son or a daughter that's D1, which I think everybody is, right? At some point in time, but I'm trying to raise a son or a daughter. My offspring needs to be the top of the top, the cream of the crop. I'm trying to create the best chances. Mind you, this woman is probably closer to 40, asking for all this stuff. Talking about I'm a high-powered individual. I'm this, I'm that. I'm so great. I'm so fantastic. I'm so excellent. A nightmare. A man's worst nightmare is what you are. You're asking for all of these things and bringing about 25% of those, if that, in return. And in return, he gets, oh, I've been with this guy, that guy, this guy over here, me and this guy and this guy and this guy at the same time, went on vacation with this guy. He did some things to me and all that other stuff. And you want to let him know these types of things that he doesn't actually really care about because you feel so close to him. And if he wasn't so insecure, then he would let you talk about all of the things that you did with other guys. What a loser. What a loser. At some point in time, modern women need to just allow the man to stand on his own 2 feet. What do I mean by that? Hey, this is my plan. This is what I'm planning on doing. This is what I want to do. Are you on board with that? Yes or no? If no, do not make me pay for no date. Do not come up here asking me to pay for no date just for you to get out there and say, well, I didn't know that I wasn't going to like your vision and where you were going. That's fine. Nobody knows everything. That's why you're about to pay for your half. Because it didn't work out for the both of us. But what y'all expect? Because y'all want a man with potential. I want a gentleman. And we're not going out on another date anyway. We wasn't. We wasn't because you don't like me. So it doesn't matter what you think about what us doing. We're not going anywhere. So why don't you go ahead and pay your half? I'll pay my half. And we'll get out of here. How about that? They don't want to hear that. I want all of these men out here to be potential gentlemen. I want them all to be potential to be my friend. And when I say be my friend, take me out on dates, pay for stuff. Christmas is coming up. And I tell you what, they will sit up there and embarrass you. They'll embarrass you in front of their family. You taking them out for cuffing season because they can't find nobody because don't nobody want them. They'll take you around to all these events, waste your time. You get the honor of paying for it. You get the honor of doing all of these things for her. And then when somebody says, now, are you two together? Oh, no, Robbie is just a friend. Oh, we've been friends since kindergarten. No, we haven't. I didn't even know you in kindergarten. I've known you for 5 years. I've been trying to get with you for 5 years. Trying to be nice about it. But you put me in the friend zone. Now, that's his fault for me in the friend zone, but you get what I'm saying. They'll drag you all the way through all that stuff. Get romantic. Y'all might even get romantic once. Kiss on the cheek. Y'all might even go full way. Right? But at some point in time, she gonna break it off. Oh, I don't know how to do it. And TikTok will probably know that she doesn't like you before you know that she doesn't like you. That's the potential she's talking about. There's a lot of potential to waste your time. If it seems convoluted, it's probably because it is.
Something I've been thinking about a lot lately is where the fuck did all the good men go? People seem to forget that through the ages of war is when we end up losing our most incredible, strong, able-bodied, smart, manly men in wars. Like, they're the ones who get sent to the front line in wars. And over the decades, we have lost so many good men collectively in the world to go and fight foreign shit, so they then can't stand up against actual shit happening in their own countries as well. Just think about it.
I understand. I feel you. Absolutely. Where are these good men? The same place as the good women. They have taken themselves away from the dating scene. I've said it before, they sit there on a Friday and Saturday night on their own, just watching a film, maybe a takeaway bite to eat, having a glass of wine or a pint of beer. But they've taken themselves away from the dating scene because they know they're worth more than what is being put out there at this moment in time, because they've realised that they're a choice. They're not going to put themselves in a category of an option, so they value themselves. They are not going to allow people to devalue them and make them feel that they are an option. And they've kind of given up. They're just saying, I can't be bothered with this no more. And I'm one of them. The right one is out there for each and every one of us. However, all us good ones, we've stepped aside. We've said enough. As much as we all long to be with someone, we don't want our peace disturbed. We don't want to put ourselves in a category of an option if we're not a choice for somebody. the new age of dating, the way people think it's acceptable to speak to multiple people and, you know, meet up with multiple people and make a choice from that, which means you're an option. Yeah, we're all done with that. But there's loads of men and women like yourself, like me, which are out there, but we now not putting ourselves out there no more.
So I always have so many people ask me, where are the good men? Where can I find them? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to put you onto this right now. Are you ready? They're on Zooming with their families for 3 hours on Sunday. They're on a couch somewhere with their mother right now. They're in the corner of the bar, just talking to their friends and keeping to themselves and like not really taking up a lot of space. They're at game night and trivia night. They are playing with their nieces and their nephews at a park somewhere, or maybe even at Disneyland, being the fun uncle. Are they on dating apps? Yes, they have a dating app profile. However, it's probably incomplete. And their photos are probably kind of old, and they didn't fill it out very well, because they don't check it that often. You're not seeing them because they're not taking up a lot of space. I hope this is helpful.
The number one question I get asked is where to meet good men. Like, where am I going to find him? Once and for all, I'm going to tell you this, that you're going to meet good men right here. When your mind is in the right place, when deep down on the inside, you know that you're that girl, when you have leveled up and elevated, it is going to set yourself to a frequency that the right man is going to hear. If anybody's watched the movie World War Z, remember that the zombies would not attack or go after someone who already had an infirmity. If they were already sick, the zombies just kind of parted the Red Sea around them. When you are in a room full of eligible bachelors, successful, high-value men, but you don't have the right think, you're still infected with whatever kind of mind virus, they will part the Red Sea around you, just like the zombies did in World War Z. Okay? If you want them to see you as a good host that they can attach to, you're going to need to work on yourself. And that's the thing that people don't want to hear. You could be in the wealthiest area, in the wealthiest zip code, but if you don't have the right speech, the right diction, the right etiquette, the right charm, you don't dress the certain way, you're not knowledgeable on worldviews, you still have limited, very downward thinking, right? You don't have this elevated thinking. You have a negative mindset. You have a negative outlook. If you are not a culturally aware and refined person, it's not going to work for you anyway. You could be surrounded by good men and they will just literally part the sea around you. So please, you could be at the grocery store, but if your mind is in the right place, if you're in the right place, he can find you there. You could be at the dealership, okay? And you could be changing your oil and he could be across from you. You could be at the bookstore and there he is. He'll see you. He'll see you when you start to change your frequency, because you don't meet good men in a physical place. You meet him in your best elevated place. And that happens right here.
But they're definitely having trouble figuring out what that frequency is. That's why they can't find a man. That's why they keep on asking the question, because their frequency is off base. It's terrible. They're going to keep on running into the same problem because they're not good people.